Well, welcome back to the Dutch of Denver podcast. Yeah, welcome back to the Dutch of Denver podcast. I'm Dutch. I'm in and around Denver, and I'm here to fucking gloat. And gloat I shall until you're so sick of it, you stop listening. Well, everybody. Election night was last night. And it turns out old Trumpy Trump kicked the shit out of the hollow shell that is Kamala Harris. Awesome. I fucking love it. Looks like we're gonna get the House and the Senate as well. Definitely have the House, right? Yeah, Senate. So we'll be in full fucking control, and I'm not gonna be a gracious winner. I'm gonna shit all over you people for the next 30 minutes or whatever, because for the last 20 years, 16, starting Obama, I've been told I'm horrible. I'm a Nazi, I'm a misogynist, I'm toxic, I'm all, well, you know what? So what? I fucking love it. Fuck you guys. Yeah. I did stay up all night last night, or until like, I don't know, 3 or so to watch Trump win and his speech. Good. I love it. Um, just some minor points before I start the actual gloating. I think it was super Bush League of Kamala not to give up last night. Same thing Hillary did. Kind of gives a bad name for women trying to be president. You know, everybody else calls and concedes. Her and Hillary did not. So, I mean, they did the next day, but you clearly were fucking beat. And, you know, I can't emotionally handle it. Not an excuse. Okay. Um, I mean, I thought he was pretty gracious in his speech. I would have been way meaner or way more fuck you ish, which that's why I have a podcast. That's what I'm about to do. I mean, in all seriousness, though, fuck you guys. Fuck you liberal scumbags. Which, I mean, I've called you that forever. But, I mean, now I'm winning, so I can say it even louder. You guys spent the last, I mean, I don't know how long, calling me and my people Nazis, fascists, um, dictators, homophobes, transphobes, xenophobes. I mean, basically everything. And well, it turns out that most of America is with me. Not you fucking gaslighting fucks. I don't know if you're like a middle of the road liberal, you know, this is not to you. This is to the extremos that yelled like fuck you right at me, things like that. This is for you pussies. Okay. Turns out America doesn't want a retarded woman president. And that's what Kamala was. A retarded woman president. Um I only say woman because you guys made it a thing about women. You voted single issue and nobody else cared enough to do that, so you lost that too. Your messaging was, I'm not sure what it was. I don't know, Trump's a Nazi, clearly didn't work. Trump's a fascist, didn't work. His supporters are a piece of shit, all that obviously didn't work. So I'd say go back to the drawing board. Trump's the second president to be elected to 2 terms non-consecutively. Nice. I mean, I love it. I'm happy right now. And like I said, House and Senate is better too. I know he won't because everything they told you lefties was a lie. But I hope, part of me hopes, not really, but part of me hopes he enacts all the crazy shit you thought he was gonna do. Like, part of me hope. Well, okay, never mind. Part of me hopes that he's gonna enact all the crazy shit you guys thought he was gonna do. But let me explain to you like you're 12 because you didn't listen earlier. Trump is not going to federally ban abortion. Okay? He has proved time and time again he does not give a shit about that. Calm the fuck down. Okay? Your state might do it, but most states, believe it or not, actually codified abortion in their constitution. Kind of like they should have 50 years ago. It's a state's issue. Not a, I mean, Florida didn't, somebody else. Doesn't matter. Okay? Calm the fuck down. Yeah, I hope he deletes or deports a lot of fucking illegals. And I hope he starts with Aurora. I do hope that he really actually does go through with. You're an illegal immigrant. Get the fuck out of here. That's not a hard thing, man. They're not murderers, but they're breaking the law. Like, we should prosecute people who break the law. Deport them. Get the fuck out. What else were you guys terrified about? The trans stuff. Yeah. Nobody fucking cares about any of that. All we care about was the kids. And yeah, I hope he puts a stop to you guys mutilating children. Because, you know, one time when they were like 6 was like, I like wearing boots. And you're like, well, guess what, Jenny? You're now a boy. Let's, you know, gut your tits off and slap a dick on you. Or, you know, Billy's like, oh, I played with a Barbie once. All right, well, let's chop that dick off. And, okay, yeah, that's what we're going to get rid of, that shit. Good God. Again, I've yet to see a liberal that has said, you know, what Trump's policies they have a problem with other than the abortion thing. And that's not a Trump policy, dumb shit. It's a state's issue. Okay. Now, let's start the real rubbing in a little bit. All the celebrities who said they were going to move from America if Trump's elected, are they gone yet? No, you were just a bunch of full of shit pussies. Yeah, sounds about right. None of you are leaving here. Shut up, nerd. Even not the celebrities. The Harry, the little faggot Harry Sisson or whatever his name is. He's not going anywhere. None of you are. You're fine. I say bring on the Handmaid's Tale. Let's get all the women the costume and everything and lock this son of a bitch down. Yeah, that's sarcasm. Secondly, once again, the polls fucking lied to you guys. And I don't know how you did not see it come. That's the problem, is that a large majority of us are in like an echo chamber. That people are like, I don't know how this happened. I can tell you exactly how this fucking happened, because people don't listen. Nobody fucking cares about saving democracy because it was never an issue. January 6th was not an insurrection. You're fucking wrong about that. Okay. Trump left office. And do you think that he's not going to do it again when his 4 years are up? You're a moron. What was on the docket, or what people cared about, was immigration, the economy, you know, like important shit. And Kamala Harris' stance on the economy was she's going to fuck it up as bad as Joe Biden did, or had no stance, which is pretty much the same. And then immigration, she was just going to unfettered, you know, illegal aliens, you know, Trende Wagwa, all those, you know, taking over apartment buildings. Let's give them some money so they can rape and kill more Americans, all that shit. But don't worry, ladies. If some illegal alien rapes you and you get pregnant, you can still get an abortion. That was their whole platform. That's not what people give a shit about. And they lost in, I mean, a landslide. I'll say it's a landslide. I mean, people were like, oh, we're not going to be able to count votes for a week. It's 2024, man. How can you not count votes instantaneously? Jesus Christ, the stock market could take millions and millions of sales and buys in a day and no problem. But we can't get our shit together enough to do that. Yeah, that's cheating. What else? Yeah, and just, I mean, you guys were, part of me feels bad for the libs because you guys were lied to. You were sold a bill of goods that was non-fucking existent. That's it. Suck it. Yeah, I mean, you guys called us some horrible fucking things for a long time. So I'm super happy. I hope you're fucking crying. And a lot of people are like, we should take the high road. I'm not taking the high road. Fuck you. I hope Trump crunches your whole little world. We need to bring the country together. Yeah, we need to bring the country together under the things I want. You guys had your chance and you have fucked it up beyond belief. Holy shit. So yeah, looking forward to it. Super happy about that. Let's you guys want to talk about some like actual substance or yeah, let's do that. Okay. The Colorado stuff again. Oh. Yeah, all right. Don't let me forget about the electoral college thing. All right. Colorado again went like straight fucking blue. Dumb. Blah blah blah. The we shot down ranked choice voting, which I was super happy about because the more I thought about that, the dumber that is. For instance, like again, ranked choice. No man, you don't get a like this is not, well, I really want Bobby, but Billy would be pretty good. Susan would be all right. And Jenny would be all right. Yeah, maybe Sarah. No, man. I want the two-party system may be broken, but I don't want ranked choice voting. I don't want, like, hey, I want 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if one doesn't make it, my vote now counts for 2. And if 2 doesn't make it, my vote now counts for 3. And 3 got the majority, so now 3. I don't want my third choice. Fuck that. Okay. Alaska got rid of ranked choice, I think, and everyone shot it down except for Washington, D.C., but that's literally a one-party state. It's not really a state, but you know what I mean. Okay. Like, I mean, it was like 99% Democrat in all the voting. So that's not even an issue. I'm glad that got shot down. That was a dumb thing to begin with. Also, like, so people are like, well, the two-party system doesn't work. Well, you're free to vote for other people. Okay, like I had a ballot that had more than just Republican and Democrat for president. Okay? And people are like, well, yeah, but nobody's going to vote third party or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that's the absolute point of this. They're not going to vote for it because these people aren't going to win. They don't want them to win. The majority of the United States, like, again, if the majority of the United States really wanted the Green Party to win, the Green Party's on the ballot. We could all vote for them and they would win. But they don't. Like, we're divided Republican, Democrat. And ranked choice wouldn't have fixed that. Ranked choice would have just made it more muggy and dumb. And people are like, well, let's say that the voters aren't smart enough. No, they're not smart enough. I'm sorry. Like 60 plus million people voted for Kamala. That is 60 million reasons why people aren't smart enough for ranked choice. Well, ranked choice isn't for the president. Yeah, I know. And then that makes it even worse because now it's a complicated issue. You guys amendments and shit. But yeah, I'm glad that didn't pass. The hunting mountain lion thing, did not pass. So we can still hunt mountain lion, bobcat, and lynx. But bobcat and lynx, one of them we can't because they're federally protected. But I thought a lot about this because after I had voted, there were a couple of people on the show, on some of the talk shows I listened to, that brought up some good points about outlawing it. Not good enough for me to change my vote, but good enough that I had wished that the people who had written this initiative had written it better. So, because it depends on who you talk to. Some of them said they wanted to just get rid of it because they don't want trophy hunting, which I agree with. But some of them were like, we don't want you to hunt cats with technology and dogs and all that. And that's also, I agree with, because a while back, we in Colorado outlawed using like dogs and shit for black bear or brown bear. I think it's black bear, which I'm totally on board with. I don't think you should trophy hunt at all, unless it's population control. Like coyote, we got a lot of those. You can shoot them and get money for pelts. I don't know if there's still a bounty on them, but that I'm okay with. Okay, but you don't use like dogs and shit to track coyotes. I don't think you can. The GPS thing, use GPS for everything, but I think what you did is you had a GPS on the dog tracked the cougar, treat it, and then you follow the GPS to shoot it. I don't agree with that. Get rid of the dogs like you did with the bears. Then you can trophy hunt to the science's extent. Like every year the state of Colorado is like, hey man, you can kill like say 100 mountain lions. Okay? But you can't do it with dogs. That's where I wish it had gone. Make it a little more hunting and a little less. Well, I mean, you still hunt with dogs because British do it with foxes and shit. But yeah, get the dogs out of there. You got to go track it by yourself. That's what I would have liked to see. Because it's still, I mean, the trophy hunting again. I'm not sure about. I'm not a big fan of it. But if we have too many mountain lions and we need some hunters to kill some off, and you don't really eat mountain lion meat, so I'd call it, mitigation more so than trophy hunting. But if you use all this shit like dogs and shit like that and your trucks and all, then it's trophy hunting. So maybe make it a little less, you don't have to do anything except walk up to the tree and pop the thing. Like they did with the bears. And, people are like, well, we didn't have mitigation 100 years. Yeah, we did, man. People have been hunting cougars and bears for fucking ever. As long as there's been people. Okay. And then before people, I don't know, dinosaurs ate them. Still had mitigation. Okay. And you still had like population control via hunting, whether it was trophies or not, or just for food. Okay. So that, I was good to see that happened. Let's see, what else did Colorado fuck up? We taxed a bunch of ammo and gun sales, which is dumb. But yeah, I mean, we are blue Colorado. The fur ban in Denver went out, and I didn't think about this. Somebody brought this up. So they wanted to ban like the use of fur and slaughterhouses in Denver and the sale of items with fur. And most people are like, hey man, like I don't really want fur jackets and shit. Again, not your prerogative, so fuck off. But something I cared about and someone brought up, sometimes you use like natural fur in flies, like fly fishing flies. And that would have been outlawed too if you couldn't buy flies in the county or city of Denver if that had passed. pretty fucking stupid. Glad it didn't. I don't know, a bunch of other dumb crap passed, but that doesn't really matter. Trump's president. Now, on to this popular vote pact or whatever. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but a few years ago, a bunch of states got together and like, hey, we want to form a pact that we all agree that whoever wins the popular vote, that's who all of our electoral college votes are going for. And the Democrats loved it because they thought that a Republican would never win another popular vote. So it didn't matter whether your state was blue or red, it's whether they were in this pact. And if your state was in this pact and, you know, one year they voted red, but blue won the popular vote, all of your state's electoral college stuff would have gone blue anyway. So essentially your vote honestly wouldn't have fucking mattered. But now it turns out that last night Trump won the popular vote as well as the electoral college. So if you signed under this dumb little pact like California and Colorado and Oregon and Washington and I think New York, I'm not sure about that. But all of your little votes would have gone to Trump. So in theory, Trump would have won everything. Kamala would have had 0 and Trump would have had, you know, what was it, like 508 or 513, some shit like that, to 0. So maybe your dumb little, you know, all state crap should be repealed. And I think it'll be on the ballot upcoming. And the only reason it's not in effect now is that they don't have enough states joining that dumb idea. They're at like 206, not the 270 they need. So even if they had it, they wouldn't get the presidency. But it was interesting because, you know, under whatever pact Colorado and California signed up for, last night they would have been red. And they would have been even more pissed off than they are now. Lastly, yeah. Let's get out of here. This is going to be short and sweet. Everybody melting down on the left, fucking good. The View was hilarious today. The Daily Show, hilarious. You guys were sold a bill of goods that weren't right. You were lied to. One thing that I think is good from this, other than Trump being elected, is the Democrats are saying they ran a good campaign and all that, and they're just going to stick with it. I hope they do, because nobody wants that shit. So it'll be Republicans for a while. The Democrats really need to take a look at what the fuck they're doing. So yeah. All right, lastly, there's some murmurings about the count. Because everybody was saying, you know, it's record turnout, blah, blah, blah. But less people voted this year than they did in 2020. The Biden thing. So there's 2 scenarios and only one of them can be true. And I'll let the Democrats decide which one is true. So there was about 15 to 20 million people that, quote, sat this election out, particularly Democrats, according to their numbers. So option 1 is 15 to 20 million Democrats sat this election out, just did not vote because, for whatever reason, but we know what reason, Kamala was such a terrible fucking candidate. I mean, just the worst. Trump wasn't better. Wasn't much better. He was better. One much better. We had two really bad choices. But Kamala was so terrible that 20 million Democrats decided, fuck it, not even going to bother voting this year. Or Biden didn't really get 81 million votes. And you guys did, and they did cheat in the last election, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Either way, they look like the assholes that they are. So, suck it. I'm happy. I'm glad you guys lost. I'm glad you're sad. I don't want it to destroy your life, but if you're going to allow this to destroy your life, I hope it fucking crushes you. Now, all that aside, all the gloating, blah, 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 we won, blah. Here's a heartfelt message with no gloating. If you're on the left and you feel like your world is fucking ending because Trump was elected again, let me tell you something. All the lies that your side told you for, I don't know, man, the last 8 years, 4 years, couple years are not true. Trump is not going to ban abortion. You can still kill your baby like a psycho if you want to in most states. Florida, it doesn't look like. And there's one other one. I can't remember. But for the most part, okay, they lied to you. Trump is, yes, he's going to deport illegals. Well, I hope he does. So I'm not saying he will. But I really hope he does. That's not a bad thing. Getting people who have illegally crossed the border and are taking advantage of our generosity is not right. You don't let people into your house to just eat your food and steal your money, do you? Of course not, because that's crazy. That's essentially what illegals are doing. Okay? Well, they want a better life. I understand you want a better life, and part of me feels for you, but do it the legal way. And last night proved it, that even, the Latinos, everybody, they voted for Trump. Okay? Because they don't want illegal immigration either. Thirdly, economically, you're going to be better off with Trump. Okay? The tariff thing, you don't need to worry about. To an extent. Because, again, a tariff is, you can call it a tax, a fee, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But a tariff is just equalizing the price between the American-produced good and the foreign-produced good. That's the same. Like we talked about, man. If we make ice cream cones in America that cost $3 and we make ice cream cone, or China makes ice cream cones that cost $1, you're going to buy all the Chinese ice cream cones. So all the American ice cream cone companies are going to go out of business. Loss of jobs, loss of all that. What Trump wants to do is just make the Chinese cones cost the same amount as the American cones. That's it. That's what a tariff is. And yes, you're going to have to pay more than you're used to, but you're going to pay the American market value for things. And then once America innovates and brings manufacturing back or blah, blah, whatever on certain goods, the price of the ice cream cone will come down. Or the economy will be so good that a $3 ice cream cone will not affect you. That's what a tariff is in its essence. You're going to be fine. I promise that. Secondly, Trump left office once already. He's not going to be a dictator again. We do not have any of that in place. Okay? Don't worry about that. They lied to you. If you're black, a woman, or anything like that, you're not losing any rights. Holy shit. They lied to you. There is nothing that he wants to do that would affect you at all because of your race or gender. He might get rid of some DEI stuff, which I hope he does, which that's racist. Okay. You know, hiring dumb people. Okay, this is going to sound bad, but hiring less qualified women of color because you want DEI shit is not how this should work. We are a meritocracy, okay? You get jobs and stuff like that based on merit. And Kamala is a perfect example. There was no reason for her to be the vice president or the presidential candidate once we got rid of Biden, or y'all got rid of Biden. The only reason that she was the vice president is because Biden's dumbass said he was going to get a black woman to do it. So that automatically limits the field. She didn't have to be qualified, none of that stuff. Just a black woman. He could have picked a one off the street, which he basically did. And she was just installed as the candidate. Nobody wanted that. Again, obviously. So yeah, we're probably going to hopefully get rid of some of that shit, but that's for the better of things. Trust me on this. You're going to want qualified doctors, not DEI doctors, okay? You know, you don't want a surgeon that's only got one arm and two fingers because, well, you know, it's fair to him. No, it's not. I don't want that. I don't want a pilot that's untrained because they were a Mexican. I don't want that. Now, we can train Mexicans to fly airplanes. Not saying they can't now, but you know what I mean. I'm fine with that. But, you know, if Pedro doesn't pass his fucking flight school test, I don't want him to be a pilot. I don't want his flight school test to be easier than a white guy. I want everything to be equal. I want tests to be as hard for everyone or as easy for everyone. Doesn't matter. But if you pass, you're a pilot. If you don't, you don't. And it doesn't matter whether you're a chick, a dude, a tranny, a whatever. Nobody, a Asian, black, purple, green, red, doesn't matter. Test should be the same for everybody. That's how things should work. Secondly, or fifthly, wherever we're at. What else are you guys fucking terrified about? Save democracy. Well, clearly democracy worked last night, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, I can't see anything other that you guys would have a problem with. Like it's gonna be better than it was. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to be a criminal and just get away with bloody fucking murder. That's probably gonna stop. And you're not going to just get handed jobs to you because you whine about it. That shit's probably going to stop too. Other than that, I mean, the economy is going to be better. Products and services are going to be better. I mean, it's just, you were lied to. And I hope you realize that. I know you don't because you're still in shock or sad or whatever. But honestly, like, it's going to be okay. And I mean that. Trump is not going to do anything that is going to personally attack you. He's not going to raise your taxes if you're low income, middle income, any of that. Not going to happen. The price gouging crap, Kamala, that's not true. That didn't happen. You're not being price gouged. Shit's just expensive because the Democrats are terrible at running the country. Everything's going to get better. And I know you're sad about it. And I mean, you've built a whole persona about being the victim. But let's not be the victim and let's just be a proactive American. And you'll be fine, I promise. He's not going to do anything to hurt you individually unless you deserve it. Like, you know, pedophile, tranny, psycho teacher trying to fuck with kids, shit like that. Yeah, we're probably going to crack down on that. Illegal alien, all that shit. But all that stuff's bad. That's not good. And if you think it's good, well, you know, you're just going to have to wait it out for 4 more years. And hopefully JD Vance is elected or something. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you'll be fine. Okay? Nothing's going to happen. The first 4 years that Trump was in office, nothing happened to you that was bad. You can say Roe v. Wade, but that actually doesn't count because it just went to the states, and most states just codified abortion into their fucking constitution, so you can still kill your babies and all that dumb shit. Okay? For the record, though, it's not a right. There's no way it says it's a right. Well, that's what about the Ninth Amendment? Well, you can explain that to me. But yeah, you'll be all right. I'm super glad Trump won. I'm super glad the liberals are sad. And I'm super glad it was a fucking blowout. This is what we needed as a country. It's not time to heal. It's time for you guys to fall in line with rational thought. Okay? Yeah. And I truly mean rational thought. Like I said, illegal aliens being here is not good. That's an irrational thought, thinking that's good. The tranny shit is not good. Especially with the kids. That's irrational to think that. So cut that shit out. We'll all be okay. We would have been okay if Kamala won. We just would have been not in a good spot. Like, we would have survived, but it would have been really shitty. It's going to be really good now. And in 4 years, you guys can try again. Hopefully fail there too. But hopefully a lot of you guys come around and you're like, all right, maybe this isn't so bad. Because to be honest, I mean, Trump's a fucking populist. He's not a, Democrat or Republican. He's a populist. He's not a fascist. You guys don't know what a fascist is. God. Sorry, I got hiccups. Maybe that fixed it. Yeah, he's not a fascist. He's not a Nazi. He's not any of that stuff. He's just a populist, okay? He's probably going to run the debt up a little bit more, which I'm not super happy about. But he might lift some restrictions and we'll probably make more money. So he'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, calm down. You'll be fucking fine. You'll be a lot better off than if Kamala had won. No one's going to take your rights away. The majority of you don't even know what your rights are. So calm down on that front. I will explain them to you at some point, but not tonight. And we'll go from there. So yeah, the liberals can suck it. Trump won. And I'm going to rub this in for a little bit. But I also, you know, take in her my little wing and be like, hey, quit your crying. It's going to be all right. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. I think that's it, man. We didn't get to sports. This is all about politics, but we might do one later this week and talk about sports. But I don't know. I mean, it was a good night. I'm tired. So yeah, we'll get out of Dodge here. I appreciate everyone who listens. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that fun shit. Share it with your friends and family, even if it's to piss them off or make her happy. Doesn't matter. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.